Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Season 11, episode 14 of The Walking Dead, The Rotten Core just came out on AMC Plus. So, spoiler warning if you haven't seen the episode yet. Just a reminder, we just hit 230 subs on the channel. If you are into The Walking Dead content, please consider subscribing. We do drop reviews weekly. We break down the next promo trailer. We'll be covering Fear and the spin-offs that are coming out later this year as well as the last part of The Walking Dead. So, yeah, subscribe if you're new to the channel, drop a like button to help this video get some love, and yeah, let's jump into it. So this episode was super, like, I don't know, it was intense. It had a lot of layers, sets up some crazy shit. And yeah, so like the main story going on is finishing up with what's going on at that Riverside apartment complex with Toby's soldiers, and then we find out Negan's living there, and Maggie and them are coming to help. And yeah, well, we come to find out when Maggie's group finds like Negan's group, Negan is married, and then this is somewhere around the area of 3 months after he left the Reaper like compound, like left our group with them, and yeah, he's already married, and we comes to find out that the Annie, I believe her name's Annie, um, Annie's 12 weeks pregnant, and it's his, and it's just I one. I mean, I covered that in the spoiler video the other day, but when I read the spoilers, I was like literally like I was shocked. I did not see that coming. It was really crazy. And like, we get the dialogue between Maggie and Negan, which I think is going to be super important for Maggie if she is to like not necessarily forgive Negan, but to like, just I got you, like the loyalty, like, hey, we don't got to be friends. Like Angela Kang was talking about this in the inside behind, like after the episode on AMC Plus, like, you know, you got my word. We don't have to be friends. We don't have to like each other. But like when we're in stuff like this, just trust me. I won't go back on my word. That's not who I am anymore. And like Annie says something like I know everything that he's done. And she's like, you're still with him. What? He's like, we've all done things, which we've seen Maggie even do things. And basically, I'm with who he's is right now, not who he was, because that's what we got to look for people. And like Maggie had this weird look on her face about it. But I think that's ultimately what she's gonna have to come to realize if they are like, I mean, they're getting a show together, so like, I guess there's gotta be some kind of like join up with them, like some kind of like respect level or loyalty level. I don't know. But I think this kind of plays a big part. Like the whole talk between Maggie and Negan, or Maggie and Annie, was due to the fact that Herschel stowed away in the truck and the Commonwealth soldiers found him, and Negan ended up saving him. And that's when Herschel gets to realize that the reason Maggie told him to never go around Negan is because Negan is the man that killed Glenn. And Herschel obviously wants revenge. He wish he could have met his dad. So like Negan, who connects really well with kids we've seen on the show, like Carl, Judith, and just Lydia, like connects really good with the younger people, and can talk to them in a way that sometimes the others can't, and like explains to him like, yeah, I probably do deserve to die for that. I understand, that's who I was. I was a bad man, but these other people don't deserve to die for what I did. And Herschel reluctantly puts the gun down, and like after, like, we'll talk about what happens with Toby and stuff in a moment, but like, Negan gentlemanly goes up like to Herschel after it's all said and done, like, I know we got unfinished business, but I'll tell you what, you help your mom rebuild your place, and when you're a little bit older, you come find me, and I promise you a set. It's like almost like it's kind of this weird feeling in a way that, like, obviously he's about to have a kid and he's got a wife, but that he's like, you know what, if Herschel still wants to kill me, then I'll let it happen. Like, Negan ain't gonna fight him back, dude. Like, I don't, people wonder about that. Like, this maybe old Negan, this Negan, I don't think would. Like, I don't know. He's still got a lot of the old him in him, but I don't know. It's just his demeanor, his respect levels, his like way of thinking how things need to be done has shifted thanks to Carl imprinting Rick that he should save his life, and Rick allowing Sadiq to do that and sit in a jail cell is like this respect level, like something like it changed him in a way. Like Negan's still Negan. What he did is, what he did to our group is, I understand it's unforgivable, but in this post-apocalyptic world, things are different. And also just for the viewership of a show, Negan on the show is great with with like us missing out on, Rick and Jesus and a bunch of other really cool characters, Glenn, Abraham, like Morgan, like you just name it. There's a lot of really good characters that have left the show in recent seasons, and we really need those like gravitating characters that pull us into the episodes, like the Daryls, the Carols, the Negans, the Maggies, and there's more, but like you get what I'm saying. Like Negan really is a draw for The Walking Dead. So like Maggie obviously is worried that he spent all this time, and like even Negan gave Maggie his word, like if anything happens to him, he's like it's got to happen to me first before it happens to him. And like, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I've said this in the beginning part of season 11 with the Reaper stuff. Like, this is the beginning of Maggie and Negan, like, maybe starting to work together. And it feels like we're still at about the same level as then, maybe just barely higher, you know what I mean? But definitely laid down some groundwork. And, like, with the way it ended, it's possible to believe that those people from the apartment complex might be living at Hilltop or something because Gabriel and Aaron, which both survived, by the way, said that like that there's gonna be more people coming here to like try to slay them and stuff. So they had some kind of idea or plan. But kind of segueing onto what else happens in that part before we talk about like Daryl and Rosita, um, with Toby and the crew going through and sweeping all the floors, trying to like find it. We even get like some connection between Lance and Toby, like, checking in like walkie-talkie and you know no, Lance is I'm starting to wonder if Lance is working with Sebastian. I don't know. Maybe that probably ain't it either. It's just there's something weird going on with both those guys. Just something weird. Um but yeah, so Toby's sweeping the floor and Maggie comes up with this plan to get him onto the roof and basically um Gabriel and Aaron play bait and they have them cornered and Elijah comes up, slays one of them, and they put up a good fight. And next thing you know, it's just them against Toby, and the other few come out on top of the roof. And like Toby was like reaching for something, and Aaron just shot the crap out of him. He fell off the roof, fell down, and basically he's there dying. And the walkers from the people he thrown off the roof before start to eat him, which is like karma. It's just unfortunate for them. And yeah, so like that group may I mean, I don't know for sure that they're going to the hilltop. I just think that makes sense and that could be the case, you know what I mean? I don't know that for sure. Maybe it could be Oceanside, it could be, it could be I guess Alexandria as well, but I don't think so since yeah, I don't know. And how are Aaron and Gabriel going to play it off with Lance? We've seen a little bit in the preview for the next episode, but I won't talk about that here. I don't know exactly the story they tell, but they're trying to play it off, and Lance is kind of suspicious. We'll talk about that. We'll see if we can figure out anymore if I can catch an episode synopsis for that. But okay, so Daryl and Rosita get pulled on this special mission when they were supposed to just be on patrol. Basically, the special mission is, and this was also in the spoilers. The special mission was Sebastian needed money because if you remember, Pamela cut off his line of credit, and one of his old friends from pre-apocalypse had was the president of the bank and had like a safe and a panic room with all kinds of shit. Apparently, like weed and drugs and money and just stuff of more value, I guess. And so he wanted to go there to get the money, which and like Sebastian ends up like they didn't want to do it, and Sebastian ends up like, yo, what about your kids and this and that? And Daryl and Rosita don't take the one before I get ranting about that for a second. Seeing Daryl and Rosita in scenes together like this again, like gives me such like it was the vibes of when they were out and I can't remember name the girl that got Abraham's death from the comics with the Dwight shot the arrow through the eye. But I don't know, I really like their dynamic together and it's really cool seeing them work together like this. But yeah, so they're not down. Daryl's got Sebastian at knife point, knife to the neck. The soldiers have their guns pointed at Daryl and Rosita. Rosita also has her gun pointed at Sebastian. Excuse me. And yeah, so like he's like Daryl's like, "You threaten the kids again, I'll gut you." And he's like, "Who said threaten? I can make their life easier." And like basically what it comes down to is Daryl and Rosita understand that they're gonna have to do this regardless. So they're like, "Just this, and we're done." And he's like, "Yeah." So they cover up in walker guts while they're in their armor and go through this big herd of walkers to get into that bank. And what we come to find out when they get to the safe room is that there's someone trapped in there, and the Commonwealth has been sending groups there to try to get this money. And I guess what we find out later in the episode is there's somewhere around 30 people that have probably most likely have died from this, including this girl that was trapped inside the bunker. I believe her name was April. And yeah, so like, luckily, like before like this mission, told Carol that he would get lunch with her, and then once he never showed up, she went and got Mercer, thinking that they might be in danger. And Mercer and Carol come to save the day because alarms going off in the bank, tracking all kinds of walkers are inside the house, like much more than what was in there before. And yeah, so like thankfully they do the walker trick, and they're all very capable. So when the one instance where things got really crazy, they were able to handle themselves, but April unfortunately didn't make it. And when they get outside, this is where we start to see some like maybe points of Mercer switching sides, because those two guards that came with, like work for Sebastian, not for Mercer. And so basically Mercer kills them, which shocks Rosita and Daryl and Carol, and tells them, like, let's just pretend like they died here. And Mercer gets the money in for them to give it to Sebastian. He's like, we should still do it. And like inside there, like, Sebastian gives them props, gives them a little bit of the money. Mercer brings up that more died and all that. And it's just, you're starting to see what might be the ground. And what's really cool is it does seem like Daryl and Mercer might be actually becoming decent friends, which I love so much because the whole Rick and Mercer stuff in the comics was so much fun. So, and there wasn't a lot of it, but what we did get was fun. And I'm really digging that. Um, yeah, we got all that going on. We got Lance is probably starting to panic because he can't hear from Toby anymore because he's dead. And Carol goes and talks to him, and basically like, you're either part of the problem or you're part of the solution. And apparently they've sent a bunch of groups there, and it's yeah. Lance has some like crazy. I don't know. He has. We've known this whole time. His cards aren't on the table yet, but we definitely know he's drawing cards, if you know what I mean. But so ultimately, our that group at the apartment complex didn't take that convoy that they was been searching for. So we get a 2 weeks ago flashback to the Commonwealth soldiers dying with that convoy, and it's revealed that Leah is the one that actually took that stuff. And Leah looks like she's a woman on a mission and isn't one to be trifled with right now. I'm curious what kind of problems that will bring for either our group, the Commonwealth group, like, or the just whole what we've been seeing, the group in total that we've been seeing on the show of this part of the season. What is her role to play, and what happens now that she's got this stuff? And is she with anyone? Is she by herself? What's going on? Like, I don't know. They set up some fun stuff. We're gonna get it looks like in episode 15, we're gonna get the Maggie and Daryl confrontation at the hilltop that we were teasing episode 9. So yeah, I'm really excited to see how this all plays out. We're only got a few episodes left if you've seen episode 14. But fear not, we do have a little spin-off, like I believe it's a one episode spin-off of Fear the Walking Dead that's based off of season 6's Submarine, which would be cool, with Fear the Walking Dead starting up right after that. Let me know down in the comments if you guys watch Fear the Walking Dead. I'm doing reviews on AMC Plus. You get to see on the premiere day, you get to see obviously the first episode. I think we'll be seeing that at the same time as the other people, as like people that watch on cable. But if you have AMC Plus, you get to see the second episode that day. Would you guys like me to make a video like where I cover both in one, or should I separate it? That's what I need to know from you guys. Let me know down in the comments. I'll probably ask a few times over the next couple of videos, just try to get a good feel what you guys think you might want. But yeah, tune in. Let's see, either later today or Monday, I'll have a trailer breakdown up for you guys. So check that out when that's up. Thanks guys for watching. Subscribe if you're new. We'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.